We're just streaming live now. I believe we're all go. Are we? Slight delay. That's a pretty good delay, isn't it? That was good. That was real quick. Yeah. Look, hey everybody, my name's Brendan Quill. I'm the licensed auctioneer here at Colliers International, registered through to the Ministry of Primary Industries. This is all just for your sound checks and things. AR0446 is my registration number. People, you are standing at the top floor of Colliers International, the office here at 10 Athol Street, this day the 10th of June at 12 noon. I've been looking after the listing here at 58 Remarkables Crescent alongside Raylene McQueen, whose mother-in-law from Annan in Dumfries in Scotland is tuning in. So hello Maureen in Scotland. The vendor of the property today, folks, Raymond Thomas Crimp and Marlene Joy Crimp. I'm working on a document known as the Sale and Purchase Agreement by Auction. I'm going to start at the top and I'll work my way down to the bottom so everybody knows where I'm going to be at any time. If there's any questions, please feel free to stop me, ask the question. We do it every day. Few buyers and sellers of real estate here in New Zealand, you may not. Righto, here we go. We'll get stuck into it. People, 58 Remarkables Crescent here in Queenstown District is known as a 575 square metre fee simple estate. It's lot 74 with a deposited plan of 19737 with the record of title registered through to Otago OT11A117. As I work down the page, you'll see the chattels of the stove, fixed floor coverings, blinds, curtains, light fittings, the dishwasher, garage door opener, extractor fan, the heated towel rail, the wonderful tunnel house stated here as the greenhouse, the wood burner, and the said super tub. There are no tenancies in the property. It is a owner-occupied home. You'll note as I go down in the conditions of sale, the settlement date has been set at the 26th of June 2020 or by a mutual consent either side of those dates. Interest rate for late settlement has been set at 14%. People, the conduct of my auction, I'm heavily governed by the Real Estate Institute of New Zealand in New Zealand here alongside the Real Estate Agents Act, which is an act that was set up in 2008 for you purchasers and sellers of real estate here in Aotearoa. People, I can tell you that a reserve price has been set. If you are the highest bidder here today, you will be the purchaser of the said property. I'll nominate the sums that I wish to move around in. Sometimes it's easier that way. Now, I may refuse a bid if I deem that not in the best interest of the vendor. People, you'll note there are a number of agents standing in the room here today. I've had no other prior advice as to any of those agents acting on any telephone bidders' behalves. People, very interesting. I'll identify from where the move is coming from, where the bids are. I'll do my very best to ascertain as to where they are, so make your bidding nice and clear. People, the vendors who are in this office just in the middle here, Ray and Marlene, have given me the right to bid on their behalf, and that just simply means that'll be a vendor bid. Jenna, my Tina Kabouchier, she'll be standing there to take notes of the said bids. I will not bid beyond the reserve price on behalf of the vendor. People, if a dispute does arise, I'll just put the property up at the last undisputed bid, so I'll just work backwards a leg. And at the fall of the hammer, if you are the successful bidder, it'll be a good thing to pay us 10% of the purchase price, which will sit in our account and fill out any GST implications that the purchaser may have. The property has been sold inclusive of GST. Are there any questions, folks? Very good. Well, there you go. The Framos home. Jeepers creepers. When you walked into a property like that, when I got the call up to go and sit at the titepu, which is the Māori name for table, at Ray and Marlene's property, I was absolutely gobsmacked with the condition of the home. It is a one-owner home, and these folk are caretakers of the property. They don't just live in there. I went out onto the grass with a purchaser in the weekend, and the purchaser didn't want to walk on the grass after I told him that the vendor was in fact a greenkeeper. And the fescue grass was immaculate with a hand mow and weave to the lawn. It was beautiful. 4 bedrooms, folks, north facing aspect. Of course, you've got that beautiful reserve over the road for children or you alike to go over there and have a run around, do a few press-ups and shoot a bit of hoop. Folks, a wonderful upgrade to the kitchen has been established in the property. Everything is in what I call original stunning condition. Framos, of course, synonymous with its timber construction, Lincoln, like a tongue and groove type scenario, both in the external and the external look of the home. A real alpine feel. Downstairs in the property, it mirrors the upstairs footprint, of which there's a big secure double garage, workroom, rumpus room, you call it what you like. Also a separate shower box with a separate toilet unit also. So great for teenage kids or the future with that in mind. But I tell you what, when you look at Frankton, you've only got to look at what's happening in Frankton to understand its rarity. You look at the fact that there's the high school there, which they are now establishing more. They're upgrading that high school to take on more folk. You look at the Remarkables Primary School, you look at all that shopping, the restaurant, the eateries, and you are within a walking distance of the whole shooting box. So this to me is absolute location with views out towards the Remarkables and also the surrounding mountains. Are there any questions now, folks? Oh, there we go. Very good, folks. Let's call for an opening bidder offer. I think the microphone's going quite well. That's good. So welcome to all those folk. Also Maureen from Dumfries over in Scotland. Who would like to start me away with an opening bidder offer for 58 Remarkables Crescent? Start me where you like, folks. I'm okay with that. Unfortunately, I only have one of these examples for sale today. People that understand the area know that they are rare, and they know that, jeepers creepers, they go out the door. The timber construction, that's the Michelangelo type tiling system, very good for insulation purposes. For those that are younger, you won't understand the Michelangelo, but anyway. Who would like to start me away? Would someone start me away at $8.50? There's an opening bid at $8.50. If I don't get a bid here today, folks, it's quite simple. I won't keep you too long. I'll put it down to a vendor bid and we'll just put it into the sort of where I think. Knock it down, pass it in. Lovely quiet floor, isn't it? I wish all those phone bidders were here now. It's noisy. They get really noisy. And I'm half deaf. $8.50 is an opening bidder offer. Look, I'll start it on behalf of the vendors at $8.50. So Jenna, for those of you that aren't used to auctions, will write down VB. It's not a beer. And she'll write down VB at $8.50 as an opening bidder offer, and I'll take a $25,000 advance at that level. $8.75 if you like. We know what happens, folks. This is the most transparent way to be buying real estate at this time in the marketplace. This is real. It's your opportunity, exists. Vendors are sitting at the back in the middle here. No bids. I'm going to walk out the back and you folk can have a wee discussion with your own selves. And I'll have a wee chat to these folk at the back here. Jenna, yeah, it's on.
Perfect.
Thank you. Here we go. Look, folks, I left the floor at 850. Were there any bids here today? Otherwise, you leave me no choice other than to pass the property down. I was 850. I've taken 875 as a bid. 850, 875, folks. That's the call that I'm going for. If not, we'll just pass the property down. You can have a wee fight over it. I can tell you that there's a number of parties that are just sitting right there at the moment. So this could be the opportunity now. But I'm at 850 as a vendor bid, 875 if you like. But on behalf of the vendors at 850, no bids, we're okay to go. I'll call it 3 times at 850 and I'll pass the property down unless there's any bids. So I'll just tell you what would happen then we'd go into what's called a closed envelope negotiation because I know that there's interest in the property. I can tell you that hand on heart, that there is interest in the home. So those things are what I call quite gnarly as a buyer in real estate because you don't know if you've missed it by that much or you've won it by that much. Oh, they're both the same. Who gets it? Who's got the better conditions? So this is a really good time to be having a crack at a property here in the Queenstown market. 850, the bid's here on behalf of the vendor, 875 if you like. Yep. 875, and good luck with the bidding. 860, you want to go 10? Well, look, I'll extend that $10,000 courtesy to the rest of the floor here. Bidding here at 860,000, the bid. 860, 870 if you like. Bidding away there at 860,000. The notes are going strong there now. Frantic bidding at 860,000. Oh, I need to get my calculator out now, folks. 870 if you like. Bidding here, 860,000. Any further advance at that level? On behalf of the vendors, I'll take the bidding. Look, I'll take the 70 on behalf of the vendors. They've given me clear instructions. 870, bidding here with me at 870, 880 if you like. Here we go there at 870 on behalf of the vendors. They told me they made it quite clear what I was allowed to do. At 870, 880 if you like. Ladies and gentlemen, there's no further bids. What I'll do is I will pass that down. I'll go out the back and have a chat and get their instructions to pass it on at that level unless there's any further bids. Stand by. vendor bid. Were there any further bids, folks? I've had a chat with the vendor. At that point, at $870,000, unless there's any further bid over and above that, I will pass the property down and we'll deal with the interest as a result. It won't be a first in, first basis. It'll just be whoever comes in. So it's going to be one of them, unfortunately, unless we get any further bids now. So I'm 870, I'll call it again. Anyone over and above 870, time to make a bid. 880 if you like. Negative? Leave it alone. Ladies and gentlemen, first call at 870,000. I'll declare the property passed in on the third call. Second call at 870,000. Third and final call at 870,000. We'll declare 58 Remarkables, Crescent, passed in, and thanks for your attendance. Cheers.